Welcome back to Midnight Narratives. I'm your small town Aussie host, here to dig into the stories that don't just creep you out. They make you question what's really going on. Tonight we're tackling a movement that's been in the headlines more than ever here in Australia: sovereign citizens. You've probably seen the term, and if you've been following the news lately, you've almost certainly seen the name Dezzi Freeman attached to it. Some call him a hero, others a criminal, and some say he's a symptom of a much bigger problem. So first, what exactly is a sovereign citizen? At its core, it's the belief that government laws don't apply to you unless you consent to them. Sovereign citizens often reject things like taxes, licenses, or even the authority of the courts. They argue they never signed a contract with the government, so they don't owe it obedience. That might sound abstract, but Dezzi Freeman has dragged these ideas into the national spotlight. From trying to arrest a judge in a courtroom to standing up against police authority, Dezzi has become the face of what happens when sovereign citizen beliefs crash headfirst into Australian law. Depending on who you talk to, he's either standing up for all of us or dragging the country backwards. Let's break down the most debated viewpoints. Viewpoint 1. The freedom fighter. Supporters of Dezzi say he's brave enough to do what most people only talk about: challenging a system they see as corrupt and heavy-handed. To them, sovereign citizens aren't criminals. They're the only ones truly defending freedom. Dezzi, they argue, is proof that you don't have to bow down to authority if that authority has lost its way. Viewpoint 2. The legal threat. Critics, especially police, lawyers and judges, see it differently. Sovereign citizens like Dezzi create chaos in places where the law has to work smoothly. A traffic stop, a courtroom, or even a roadside conversation can turn into a circus, or worse, a violent confrontation. From this angle, Dezzi isn't heroic. He's a danger to public order. Viewpoint 3. The burden on society. Another argument says sovereign citizens, Dezzi included, are freeloaders. They refuse to pay taxes, ignore fines, and still expect to use the same roads, hospitals and services as everyone else. Why should the rest of us foot the bill while they opt out of the system? Viewpoint 4. The political wake-up call. On the other hand, some argue that people like Dezzi are simply symptoms of a bigger disease. Their rise reflects how much distrust there is in government and institutions. When someone like Dezzi gets a following, it's a sign many Australians feel unheard, overregulated and powerless. Whether you agree with him or not, his popularity says something uncomfortable about our political climate. Viewpoint 5. The threat to democracy. Then you've got those who see Dezzi and sovereign citizens as a direct danger to democracy itself. If laws only apply when individuals decide they do, society crumbles. To this group, Dezzi isn't just rebellious. He's proof of how fragile our system can be when people start opting out. Viewpoint 6. The misunderstood outsider. Finally, some people argue Dezzi isn't as extreme as the headlines make him seem. They say the media zeroes in on his courtroom antics or confrontations with police, but that he's just voicing frustrations a lot of Australians quietly share. Maybe Dezzi's not the enemy, but a reflection of how broken the relationship between people and power has become. So where does that leave us? Is Dezzi Freeman a hero, a criminal, a prophet, or just a symptom of something much larger? That's for you to decide. Thanks for joining me here at Midnight Narratives. If you found this story thought-provoking, hit that like button, subscribe for more, and share your thoughts below. And if you've got a story you want me to cover, let me know in the comments. Until next time, stay curious, stay questioning, and as always, good night.